Welcome to After the Final Whistle for season 2022. It's good to be back. It's myself, Alex Sivkowski, and I've got joining me once again is Han Solo. Han, welcome back.
Thanks, Alex. How awesome. We've waited so many months, weeks, days, hours, and we're here, round one, done and dusted. Hopefully no interruptions this season, but we're back and I'm very excited and I'm sure you are as well.
Fingers crossed, that's right. We were looking forward to this one for quite a while. We didn't have any action. I think the last time we did have some footballing was the Nike FC Cup, which again won by Calder United. I think that was for the fourth time in a row. So sort of owning that tournament there. But let's kick things off with round one. And what a way to start. We had Box Hill versus Calder United. I called this game, and real interesting game. Not sure what I expected. I thought with Calder United, I think they had like 8-9 debutants in that game. They're all from the under-19 squad. So Mark DeCasso's gone with youth this time. But we had a look at Box Hill, and it was a very interesting game, I can say the least. Very different. Overall, it ended up being 0-0, but it was a real battle this game. Calder United having 4 shots to Box Hill's 1, and Box Hill was the only one that had a shot on target. I find that hard to believe. I'm not sure those stats are correct. Free kicks, Box Hill had 7, Calder United had 3. But the big issue was Box Hill did have a red card late in the game. I think it was around 82nd minute, 83rd minute from memory. And Calder could not break him down. No matter how many times they pressed and countered, they just couldn't break down Box Hill. And you got to give credit to Box Hill. Last season, I think if they played this game, it would have been a different result. But this season, you got to give credit to Jorge. He's done an instrumental job. Like I said, it wasn't a high scoring game, but it was really a battle of the midfields, and the Taranto sisters were causing havoc as usual. But up to the task with the Box Hill ladies, they really did show that they're able to mix it with the big teams, and they're ones to watch this season. There was showing good signs. I think the final third, I think both teams were a little bit sort of rusty, and that's sort of expected after a long layoff. But the final third is where both teams sort of struggled, and that showed. Just couldn't convert any chances, or whatever they did was wayward. But yeah, that was the first game of the evening. I'm not sure how much you caught up with that game or how much you watched.
I watched a bit of it, not kind of the full game, but it was weird to see it under lights on a Friday night. Normally, when you're at Wembley, it's during the day, but to be under the lights is a bit weird. But yeah, as you mentioned, like Calder probably versed Box Hill twice last season or once, I can't remember, and it was a high-scoring game against Box Hill. So to see them come in again, start of round one and not score a goal against Box Hill, yeah, it's quite surprising to see what Box Hill will bring to the table this season.
It was a fantastic outing. As I said, we were in the grandstand, and luckily for us, it was a cold Melbourne night, but it was full, which was fantastic to see. It was actually full of people, and it's credit to Box Hill, and there was some Calder United folks as well. So great crowd in for a Friday night. It was pretty much the stadium that they have. The seating was full. There's just a little bit of space, but even just around the ground in front of us, there was enough, people around it. So it was fantastic to see. So credit to everyone that did come out on a Friday night. I know the weather wasn't fantastic, but it was a great result. And I think if that's what Box Hill can bring at every home game, whether it's day or night, I probably presume we'll see a lot more. That's fantastic for the women's game, and I think that's something to really highlight. And they should be congratulated, Box Hill fans, for coming out in their droves. So didn't get a chance to eat the souvlaki, even though we could smell it. The wind was blowing that way, but fantastic to see so many people. We'll move on to the second game, and wow, I'll let you talk about this one because you managed to commentate this one. Heidelberg beating Bayside 5-1. Tell us about that one.
So another windy and almost a wet one this time around at Olympic Park, home of Heidelberg. It was Heidelberg straight off the bat. Not sure what they've done in the preseason. And John Clemente, he's done a brilliant job in directing a lot of the women's in terms of building up to this game. I think they knew Bayside was kind of bringing in a few big guns and a few big signings. And so they were straight off the bat charging hard. So I think it was within 5 or 10 minutes, Steph Galea scored the first goal, and that really built on the momentum. They really created their chances every time that ball moved forward, and each time Steph Galea got hold of the ball, she was able to finish. So she scored 4 goals, I think 3 or 4 goals in the first half.
Yeah, 4. So just having a look. She had 3 in the first half, so 8 minute 25th, 34th. Then I think just after halftime in the 46th, I think it was 45 plus 1. And then Evie Tiktakis scored in the 57th, and Miriam and Vari in the 82nd for Bayside. Yeah, 5-1. That's a huge result. I don't think Heidelberg last year managed to get 5 in 2-3 games, let alone in 1. So, what was the difference you thought in that game?
I think the difference is probably the experience and the chemistry towards the players. Each time Heidelberg had the ball, even though they had new signings, it felt like they gelled so well. They knew exactly their role. The players knew exactly where they were going to be or where they were going to pass to. That's why Steph Galea was able to get hold of that ball forward, where Bayside was just lacking. They were able to, in the first 5 minutes, they were holding on to that possession, and most of the ball was actually in their forward half. They just weren't able to finish. So I think it's the midfield that's lacking for Bayside, where Heidelberg's recruited a lot of experienced midfielders from the A-League. So that's actually made an impact in their attacking power. You know, I could go through the recruits now just to give an idea.
I think
of who they are.
We'll go through them after we review the games. But
that definitely made an impact. I reckon that was what happened. And Bayside, I think they were just struggling a bit in terms of their defense, but they do have quality players there. I think they just got to build more of the chemistry.
Yeah, looking at the actual overall end result, Heidelberg 7 shots on target. Sorry, 7 shots in total, 3 on target. Bayside were quite good, 3 and 3. Free kicks, pretty even. Offsides, again, pretty even. So, as I watched the highlights of that game, it was really interesting to see Heidelberg come out, and credit to them. They were probably one of the teams that underperformed last season, I think, by their standards. We'll touch a little bit about their recruitment later on, but it was actually good to see Heidelberg actually put on a show. A bit unlucky for Bayside. I think they, after the season they had last season, wanted to put on a good show. But as you said, new team, new signings. I think once they gel, I think that will be a very good squad. We'll move on to, obviously, this was a game of the round. South Melbourne versus Bulleen. I think South Melbourne were on a 9-game winning streak from memory. And what a surprise result. South Melbourne winning, Bulleen winning 3-0. And it was a bit of a shock result, I think. I don't think anyone expected this. I was looking at the figures at the end. Total shots, South Melbourne 10, 5 on target. Bulleen 4, 2 on target. I'm not sure if that's correct, because 2 shots on target and they had 3 goals. So
yeah,
maybe a little bit rusty with the stats there, but that's what they have. So the goals, Alexandra Natoli in the 3rd minute, Tiffany Iliadis in the 5th, and Tyler Vlanic in the 22nd. So 3-0. How do you see this one?
Yeah, as you mentioned, surprising. South Melbourne in Lakeside, so their home ground. They've got their supporters there as well. I'm not sure, Alex. It's hard to explain in situations like that. Maybe they're missing a few key players. Where Bulleen, I think, had probably most of their squad there. Obviously, missing a few, but 10 shots on target, or total shots, and then 5 on target. Something's going on there in terms of their accuracy.
Yeah.
Because they're definitely moving that ball forward and attacking that ball, but it's more they're missing it. So maybe credit to the keeper as well. And, I'm not sure which keeper was on that day. Do you? Is it on
No,
your Steve? No?
no, couldn't get the team sheets in time for that one.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm very surprised as well. 3-0 in the end. But I'm sure this is just round one. You know, plenty of rounds to go. I'm sure South Melbourne will build from this as well.
So I think the keeper was Jennifer from memory.
Yeah.
For South. So interesting that one, 3-0. Yeah, as we said, surprising result. I think that was on a 9-game winning streak there. So that's ended for South Melbourne. So the final game, wrapping up round one, FE Emerging versus Alamein. FE Emerging winning 2-0 thanks to goals from Candace Kildare in the 23rd and Ellie Vlamenic. Apologies there, Ellie, in the 67th minute. So not sure if that was a surprising result. I think most people would have expected FE to win that one, but still, nevertheless, a good result for them. How did you see this game?
Yeah, not surprising because they're on a neutral ground as well. I think both of these teams play at Kingston anyway. But Sunday afternoon, wild conditions again.
Yeah.
But they're both very even, but I don't think the stats say much about Alamein.
I don't think
what's going on?
just having a look at those stats, merging 3 shots, 3 on target, and Alamein have nothing on their side. So I'm not sure if that's correct. We'll leave it as it's not correct. I don't think that's actually true. I did watch this game. Wind playing a very big havoc. It's a very open ground, Knox. So you have to control the conditions on that one. But again, the tough result, Alamein. They also recruited well in the off season. But 2-0 Emerging, looking quite good for this season. So we'll have a quick look at the ladder. And it's no surprise in top spot is Heidelberg on 3 points. They're leading by goal difference. Boleyn also on 3 points and Merging on 3 points as well. Then we had Calder, Box Hill on 1, and Alamein, South Melbourne and Bayside all on 0. So it's an interesting start for round one. We'll have a look at round 2 fixtures, at least that way. Hopefully, they're not up as yet. So we'll get those. Sorry. If I go in the correct screen. So what a game Friday night. That is Saturday afternoon. Calder versus FE Emerging at Killer Park Recreation Reserve. So that should be a cracker of a game. Get down there if you can at 3 p.m. At 3:30 p.m. also on Saturday is Bayside United versus South Melbourne. So 2 teams who are on nil points. Bit of a mouthful. They're playing at Kingston Heath Complex, so that should be another good game. Next one is also on Sunday, this time 3 p.m. I'll be commentating this one, Alamein versus Heidelberg. So Alamein on no points, and Heidelberg after that massive win, starting their season off. So that should be, I think, game of the round. And then you have Bulleen Lions on Sunday at 7:30. That's an interesting one at the Veneto Club at Dave Barrow Stadium versus Box Hill. That's going to be also another cracker of a game. It is the late game to wrap up the round. But which game are you looking forward to out of those ones, Han?
Oh, they're all going to be a cracker. I think FV. I don't know. Calder, FV, and Bulleen and Box Hill. But Bulleen, they're on their home ground and they always choose a late game when they're at home.
Yep.
I think they prefer that just so it doesn't clash with other games as well.
Yeah.
Where you see Calder, Bayside and Alamein are all, just Calder and Bayside are all on the same time. I think Calder, FB and Bulleen and Box Hill, I think I'm looking forward to those 2. How about you, Alex?
Yeah, I think actually the Alamein game and Heidelberg, not because I'm doing it, but I just think it's going to be a different game this time. I think Alamein will probably be a little bit better, but like you said, they're all fantastic games. It's very hard to pick one. I just think we'll probably see a lot of goals, and fingers crossed that we do see plenty of goals. So we'll have the review next week, and hopefully we have an interview for you as well. We'll keep it on a down low on who we have, a couple of names that we're trying to get pinned down to. So stay tuned for that one. Well, you touched on previously about signings, so we'll go through those. We'll go through Heidelberg's first. They had Evie Tiki Takis, apologies there, from the under 16, so that's pretty good. Sophia Papalia, Emily Roach from Brisbane Raw, so that's a great pickup. This is a huge one. Rebecca Burrows, she represented the New Zealand team in under 17 and under 20 in the World Cup, so valuable experience there. And Alwyn Parberry, who spent time at Bulleen Lions and FV Emerging, so great signing there. Is one that just came out today, I think it was Isabella Wallhead from Perth Glory, which is huge. Grace Jail from Wellington Phoenix, so a New Zealand national as well. And I think another one was Melissa May Zels. I'm not sure if that's been confirmed yet, but whispers are that she has signed with them. So that could be, quite a number of names there that Heidelberg have picked up. That's the reason why, like you said, they were quite good in that game. Bayside United, Julia Budugo from South Melbourne. She had a phenomenal FA Cup game. I think in the semi-final, she scored 3 or 4 goals from memory. Mariam Anvari from South Melbourne. That's a good pickup. And Susan Tong from the Victorian Premier League. So that's great to see that, players are getting looked at in the lower leagues and given an opportunity. So credit to Bayside. Box Hill, haven't they gone out and just having a list of these names? Mindy Barbieri from the winning Melbourne Victory team. Sophia Sakalis from Perth Glory and Young Matilda, formerly, I think, of South Melbourne from memory.
Yes,
You might have to get me on that one. Tegan Allen from Western Sydney Wanderers and has 40 caps with the Matildas. Lara Shannon from the youth team and Sawyer Hall from Florida, USA from the Lynn Fighting Knights. So Box Hill are a team, like I said, they're the dark horse this season that you have to watch, because once I don't think all those players played on the weekend. If they can get them on the pitch at the same time, geez, Box Hill are going to look dangerous. And then you got Bulleen Lions, and just the names that are coming out: Alana Jancheski, Perth Glory, and a young Matilda. Taylor J. Lanic, Serbian international and Melbourne City. So she just come out from the A-League. And these 3 names, I mean, can you get any bigger than these 3 names at the moment? Leah Privitelli, Paige Zoyce, and Tiffany Iliadis, all from the winning Melbourne Victory team. So that is huge. And to top it off, then they go and sign Rebecca Stott, who has 80 caps for the New Zealand team, 2-time Ferns Player of the Year, and has been to 2 Women's World Cups and Olympic Games, and has been playing for Melbourne City. So what a pickup that is from Bulleen Lions. And you've got to say they're one of the hot favourites this season. South Melbourne, we couldn't get much from them. Tiana McKenna from is a junior Matilda and Perth Glory. Alamein, they have Emma Peroni from Burundara in the Vic Premier League. So it's great to see 2 girls given a chance. Sydney Allen from Heidelberg. So that was an interesting pickup. And Eloise de Reuter, who did play some games last season from the youth squad, has been promoted to the senior squad. So that's a list of names that have come up. But wow, can you see all those names? You've got Bulleen, Box Hill,
Heidelberg, Bayside.
I
mean,
yeah.
A-League players. Bulleen they've always got their regular A-League players when they're not playing, obviously, in the season. So yeah, you hear those names a lot: Zoyce, Eliadis, Privitelli. When you watch the games, they make a huge impact, and they really make the game exciting. And Rebecca Stott, I think she came late last season in the Nike Cup for the team. I think she made her debut back from being away from illness. So it's good to see her back on the squad as well, because she's an exciting player. And the Alamein, interesting to see a couple of players come through on their side as well. But yeah, South Melbourne, I'm sure we'll get some more updates once the season progresses.
We'll try to get in touch with the media team there and get more. But obviously, I think it's they should. I'm not sure if they put all their team names through. So we'll get the bottom of that. Hopefully, we have an update by the next episode. But oh yeah, all you can say is look out NPLW season this season. It's going to absolutely. I think it will be probably the best season we've seen. Obviously, 2 interrupted seasons, but it will be one of the best seasons we'll see. In a very long time, and probably, one that we hope leading into the 2023 World Cup really highlights the importance of the women's game, and hopefully we can see, this build on from that, and we can see more girls playing football. And I'm looking forward to it. I know you are as well. And when we've seen the fixtures, we always put our names down for the women's game first. Because it's just so exciting to see all those players who could probably take the off season off and relax and recuperate after it's been an interrupted season. But it's great to see they're putting that time and effort back into the game, and the game benefits from it. I'm sure the girls who are in the under 19s and the youth system will see these girls playing and be like, wow, they could be a Matilda, the Ferns, the New Zealand team. So, and also the Serbian international team. So, they can represent them. So it's really great to see. We'll wrap this up now. It's been a really great first round for us. I think we've managed to just get on top of everything now. We also want to say thank you to everyone for their support in the off season. We received a lot of messages whether we were coming back. We were. We just took a bit of a break, make sure that we're all ready to go for season 2022, and we hope to see you all. And we'll try to get down to some games, but where we're both there and interview some players and coaches. Stay tuned next week. We are working towards getting an interview. If you want to reach out to us, please, by all means, just message us directly. We'd love to hear from you. And any sponsors want to get on board, we're obviously looking to expand our show and create a better platform for the women's game. So reach out to us. So Han, I'll leave it with you to wrap this up.
Thanks again. Once again, exciting first round. I just can't believe we're back again. Everyone playing football. But yeah, huge thanks to everyone that supported us. We greatly appreciate it. And Alex and I will try to get more of a presence out there. Until next time, we'll see you at the round 2 match review. And until then, have a lovely week.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.